Welcome to Solar Mama's ABCs of Solar Energy, where we're breaking down solar power one letter at a time. I'm Solar Mama, and today our letter is T for turbine, the machines that change heat into electricity in some solar systems, like how your car's engine turns gas into movement. We'll talk about how turbines work with solar, what they do in big power plants, the different types, and simple examples to show how they help everyday communities. If solar seems confusing, or if you've never heard of this kind of solar before, picture turbines as the parts getting everything spinning and working. I'll explain everything step by step so it's easy to follow, even if it's totally new to you. Are you ready? Let's get those turbines going. Okay, let's start with the simple stuff. First, there's a type of solar power called concentrated solar power, or CSP for short. It's different from flat panels you might see on roofs, which turn sunlight directly into electricity. In CSP, hundreds or thousands of mirrors focus sunlight like a bunch of spotlights all shining on one spot to heat up a liquid inside tubes or a tower. That hot liquid boils water to create steam, and the steam spins a machine called a turbine, which then makes electricity. It's like using a magnifying glass to warm up water on a small scale, but way bigger to make real power for homes and towns. Key here is heat. The sun rays get concentrated, so bunched together to create that steam pressure, which pushes the turbine blades around, kind of like wind pushing a pinwheel. Unlike regular solar panels that convert light straight into electricity without any moving parts, CSP uses the heat to steam to spin process. A normal turbine in these systems can make anywhere from 50 to 250 megawatts. That's a unit of power, enough to supply electricity to tens and thousands of homes all at once. It runs like a smooth machine, keeping lights on without needing to buy fuel all the time. Kind of like a fan at home that moves air from a gentle wind. No hand cranking needed. The big plus is that these systems can store some of the heat in the tanks to make electricity even when the sun goes down. Now think of a huge field full of mirrors, all aimed at one tall tower in the middle. It's a common setup called the solar tower. The bunched up sunlight heats salt or oil inside the tower to super hot levels, over 500 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's hotter than your oven at home, making steam that pushes the turbine's blades. That spinning then runs a connected machine called a generator, which turns motion into electricity you can use. It's like a water wheel turning from a steady river flow, but with steam from the sun, or like a toy pinwheel spinning from a focused breeze. The US Department of Energy says a 100 megawatt plant can create about 250 gigawatt hours per year. That's a measure of energy over time, enough to power 20,000 homes for an entire year. These systems give steady energy, like a trusty motor running your tools all day, or a belt that keeps things moving without stops. In simple words, turbines are what makes things move in these setups. Steam turbines are the usual ones, using steam to spin, turning 30 to 40% of heat into electricity, which means they're pretty efficient at the job. Some systems mix in natural gas for backup, especially on those cloudy days, or for extra demand. Around the world, these CSP systems total about 8 gigawatts in 2025. That's like power for millions of homes combined. It feels safe. It's like having a quiet backup that's clean, or a gadget at home that charges itself without any buzz. Here's a real example from Arizona to make this all concrete. The Solana generating station, a big CSP plant that started running in 2013 and is still going strong in 2025. It uses turbines to make around 720 gigawatts per year from its 280 megawatt setup, powering about 70,000 homes and cutting out hundreds of thousands of tons of CO2, a gas from burning fuel that adds to air pollution and warm weather. That CO2 cut is like removing tens and thousands of cars from the streets. It works without hitches, storing heat in big salt tanks for up to 6 hours of power after sunset, like charging your cell phone during the day so it's ready at night. No brakes, just reliable power. And as I've mentioned in other videos, US solar has passed 200 gigawatts, with these turbines helping out with the heat-based part of it. Turbines add energy to heat-based solar, changing focused warmth into useful spinning. All over the globe, they work great in places that are sunny like Spain, where whole towns get power from them. The Ivampa plant in California is another US example with 3 towers working together. It's like a car's gears. The sun builds up force in the hot liquid, and the turbine lets it out when you need it. Or like a toy with a spring, you wind it up with heat, and it goes, releasing energy on demand. Taking care of turbines is easy, just by regularly looking at the blades and liquids to make sure nothing is wearing out, like checking your car's oil or switching tires for even use, so they don't go flat unevenly. They last 25 to 30 years if you look after them, keeping things efficient and steady. Like putting oil on a bike chain, so bike rides stay smooth without squeaks or stops. Turbines make solar more flexible by storing power that works alongside regular panels. For example, using heat storage to provide electricity at night when panels can't. They reduce pollution a lot, like if you were to walk to the store instead of driving. No exhaust is used. Or you're using a battery-powered tool with no smelly fumes from gas. Sure, there's tough parts to know about. These systems need a lot of sun and space, so you primarily will find them in deserts. And building them costs anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 per kilowatt. That's the price per unit of power capacity. So it's picking the right spot, sunny and flat, which makes it doable, like growing plants in dirt where they'll thrive, or putting a flower pot in a sunny spot on your windowsill. Looking ahead, these systems with better turbines could grow twice as big by 2030, which is according to the National Renewable Energy Laboratory. New ideas will make them more adaptable, fitting in easily, like adding a handy gadget to your backpack, or updating your phone for longer use in between charges. What do you think about turbines in solar? Share in the comments. So let's wrap it up. Turbines change solar heat into electricity for big uses. Essentially, they're spinners that power heat-based solar. Have questions? Drop them below. So that's T for turbine. So if all of this makes sense, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for the letter U, and hit the bell for the next letter. And thank you so much for joining us on Solar Mama's ABCs of Solar Energy, and we'll see you on the next episode.